What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything NFL draft related this offseason and everything Chicago Bears. I got granted full access to watch tape of the East West Shrine Bowl practices, and I've been digging in deep on that. I've watched every bit of tape from East practice today, and I've started digging in on the West, but the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl has already kicked off and is well into the first quarter. So I wanted to put a video out on the East practice, and then after the NFLPA Bowl finishes, I will spend 2 to 3 hours breaking down the practice from the West team from today, and I'll have another video on that either late tonight or early tomorrow. But man, there was a lot to like from the East team today. I watched individual one-on-one drills with the defensive and offensive line, one-on-one with wide receivers and DBs, 7-on-7 drills, team drills, and full scrimmage. The one player that stood out for me today the most on the East team was Wake Forest wide receiver A.T. Perry. We also got everyone who attended's official measurables, so it's good to report A.T. Perry checked in at just over 6'3" and 195 pounds. He looks like an NFL receiver. He made plays in the one-on-ones, the 7-on-7s, and the team drills. He was almost unguardable. He stood out as easily the MVP of the day for me. He's a guy who could certainly improve his draft stock if he continues playing like this all week long. I saw shades of A.J. Green or T. Higgins in him today. Let's see him do it all week long. The rest of the receiver group on the East team was mostly unimpressive to me today. A lot of drops. I did have a couple of notes I wanted to share about the receivers. North Carolina wideout Antoine Green. He's 6'1", 201. He had an up and down day. He struggled early, but he made up for it in team drills and had a couple of nice catches. Also, Jaden Hazelwood, 6'2", 203, out of Arkansas, showed nice burst and agility, but he struggled with drops. Same story for Maryland wideout Jacob Copeland. 5'11", 204. He had 2 drops early on, but he also made a nice catch later on in 7-on-7s. One receiver whose speed really caught my eye was Fresno State's Jalen Cropper. He's 5'11", 171, but he can fly. He left a Western Kentucky corner in his dust for a deep touchdown catch. I did a double take on this guy. Moving on to the tight end position, it looked relatively weak today, but one player really impressed me. Probably my first draft crush from the Shrine Bowl. It's Cincinnati's tight end, Taylor Leonard. He just caught my eye. He made play after play. He looks the part. He's big, powerful, has nice burst, speed, and hands. He looks like an NFL tight end. If it wasn't for A.T. Perry, Leonard would have been my MVP of the day. He did have one play where he lost his balance and tumbled to the ground, but it was clearly a penalty on the defender, and a flag was thrown. I did chuckle at how he fell to the ground, though. On the defensive side of the ball, West Virginia defensive tackle Dante Stills, 6'3", 289, was a wrecking ball and caused havoc all day long. He looked really good in the one-on-ones, and he was my MVP on the defensive side for sure. 2 other guys that stood out on the defensive line to me were both of Texas's defensive tackles, Keandre Coburn and Moro Ojomo. They both look quick and powerful. They continued getting through the offensive line and breaking up plays. The only player on the O-line that had success stopping them was Penn State center Juice Scruggs. He stood out to me as the best offensive lineman on the east side. Next up is Vanderbilt linebacker Orji Anthony. He looked fluid in coverage all day and had a big-time interception. I think running back Deneric Prince looks like a powerful force. He runs a lot like A.J. Dillon. And then Utah running back Tavion Thomas. He looked natural catching passes out of the backfield, and he has nice speed. None of the East team quarterbacks impressed me too much, but Tanner Morgan from Minnesota had the best day in my opinion, with Aiden O'Connell from Purdue not far behind. Tim DeMorat, however, struggled. Aside from watching the practice tape myself and breaking it down, I also reached out to multiple scouts who attended in person. To get some different perspectives, Joey and Logan sent me a personalized day one report of everyone they like. I'm going to include that at the end of my day one video for the East and the West. Right now, I'm going to go over the guys they believe stood out on the East team with notes from each guy. I will also drop Joey and Logan's Twitter in the description below. Go give them a follow on Twitter. These are the guys that stood out to them. Tulsa running back Deneric Prince. He was very powerful, strong, fast, and is a pass catcher. Purdue quarterback Aiden O'Connell. He looked poised and accurate. Wake Forest wide receiver A.T. Perry was smooth and fluid for a 6'3.5" wide receiver. LSU corner Mekhi Gardner looked a lot more fluid in drills than he did on tape. And Texas cornerback Deshaun Jamison, he took snaps at wide receiver today, but he looks like a good punt returner with good twitch and speed. Linebacker Ben Vansmuren was tough and good in pass coverage. He also noted Vandy linebacker Anthony was athletic and good in pass coverage. Offensive lineman Spencer Anderson, he played all 5 positions along the line. He moves smooth and is strong. Offensive tackle Killian Zier, great intangibles and can move. He also noted that Dante Stills was just wrecking havoc on the interior of that defensive line, and that Moro Ojimo, the Texas D-tackle, powerful, strong, and he did blow up a couple of plays. Ikenna Nwachukwu had good bend, but was strong and fast. Nice. Thank you guys for that. Much appreciated. I noticed both of Texas's DTs blowing up plays. Mekhi Gardner did look a lot more fluid, although I noted he had a big pass interference on a ball that was underthrown. Overall, it was a good day for the East. I'm watching the NFL PA Bowl now. Finally got a touchdown on the board. Thanks to everyone who watches. I'll have video out on the West practice report day 1 from the Shrine Bowl and the NFL PA game takeaways, both coming very soon, with practice reports from day 2 and day 3 coming up tomorrow and Monday. I will probably do my day 2 and day 3 reports in one video and not break them down East and West, but I was a little pressed for time today as practice videos did not come out until a couple of hours before the NFL PA game, so I didn't have much time to break them both down. But stay tuned, guys. Hit that like button for me, and until next time, bear down!